This episode is brought to you by Seed. Seed's DSO1 is a 2-in-1 probiotic and prebiotic designed for whole body health. Formulated with 24 clinically and scientifically studied strains, DSO1 offers benefits in and beyond the gut. See why DSO1 is the probiotic recommended by top doctors and nutritionists. Go to seed.com/Spotify for 25% off Seed's DSO1 Daily Symbiotic.
Apple Card is the credit card created by Apple. You earn 3% daily cash back up front when you use it to buy a new iPhone 15, AirPods, or any products at Apple. And you can automatically grow your daily cash at 4.15% annual percentage yield when you open a high-yield savings account. Apply for Apple Card in the Wallet app on iPhone. Apple Card subject to credit approval. Savings is available to Apple Card owners subject to eligibility. Savings accounts by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, member FDIC. Terms apply.
We started our company, Girls Who Do Interiors, before we even graduated design school.
And we turned to Chase for Business to build along with us.
They had everything from banking to payment acceptance to credit cards all in one place. And with the Chase mobile app, our business is wherever we are.
It's made for business owners who build to inspire.
Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours.
Real customers compensated. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, NA member FDIC.
Hello and welcome to the Paddock and the Pavilion with Stephen Wallace. In each show, Stephen will interview someone connected to the world of horse racing or cricket.
In this episode, I welcome back apprentice jockey Gavin Ashton, who I first spoke to in episode 103, a footballing chef who became a jockey. In this first of a series of podcasts with Gavin, I spoke to him following an injury he suffered on March the 22nd when riding out in Germany. When we last spoke in early February, Gavin, you were riding out in sunny Florida Keys, and then on your first day back at work in Germany, you got injured. What happened?
Yeah, that's right. It's been a long bit of a roller coaster since then. Obviously, I got back from Miami late February. Spent a few weeks back at Mr. Varian's just to get paperwork and things sorted, ready for Germany. And then when the time come, I was ready to go to Germany. And in my first morning there, 22nd of March, I had my set lots ready to ride. I had 6 on the morning, and the first one they just told me that they're going to supplement it for the Derby. So all being well, I've got a ride, my first Group 1 ride, a ride in the Derby. And on my second lot, they said, be careful, this can be a bit fresh. And sadly, it absolutely buried me. And yeah, I came off and mid-air, I heard a snap. And I thought, well, that's either my leg or the horse's. And when I saw the horse running off, I knew it was mine. And I ended up with a compound fracture on my lower left leg. So yeah, a bit not the best of starts, but it could have been a lot worse. You know, I was rushed straight into hospital. Within 5 hours, I was in surgery. Everyone said what a fantastic job the German medical staff have done with me. Everyone said if you're going to break a leg, go and do it in Germany. So I was very lucky, really, that I had them people looking after me. And yeah, it was fantastic. The care that I got.
How painful was it? How painful?
It sounds stupid, really, but it's not really pain. Your body sort of goes into shock, and obviously I had the adrenaline going through me. When I actually did it, it was just the adrenaline, and it just felt numb. I just had a dead leg all the way down, couldn't move it. And when the ambulance came, I sort of just begged them for morphine and said, just put me on the good stuff. And they said, oh, we'll try this painkiller for you. I was like, oh, you're in charge, do what you want. And then they tried to move me. And I remember they counted down 1, 2, 3, and I screamed. And they said, we've not touched you yet. And I remember I tensed up and I felt the bone move. It was that was unpleasant. And then as soon as that happened, they put me straight on morphine And next thing I know, I woke up in the X-ray room, and then straight after that, I woke up in my hospital bed with the leg fixed. So it wasn't actually as painful as you think. I know it sounds stupid, but yeah, that's sort of how it was, really.
And how long were you in hospital for?
So I was in hospital for 6 days. I was admitted on the Tuesday, and I left on the Monday. Now, the only reason I was in there for 6 days was because it was a compound fracture. And what they were worried for is with the open wound, they didn't want infection. The next day I was completely weight bearing, and I was sort of hobbling around the hospital. And the following day going up and down stairs. So they said because of the rod that they put in my leg, that completely takes all the weight off the bone. So it's completely weight bearing, which is fine. It's just obviously there's a lot of ligament damage and muscle damage around, which is currently what I'm struggling with. And yeah, within 6 days I was out, and my dad flew over to come and collect me. He drove my car back from Berlin to Newmarket, and then I've had incredible care since then off the Peter O'Sullivan House from the Injured Jockey Fund. That's been absolutely incredible. So yeah, slowly getting there. Yeah.
Yeah, you should speak to my brother, because back in 1975, he doesn't normally listen to my podcast, but he might do this one. He broke his leg playing football. He was only, I think, 11 at the time, and he had a compound fracture, and he had a rod put in his shin like you have done. Yeah,
exactly the same. Yeah, I mean, I've actually seen that happen on the football pitch when I was playing as well. That's not nice at all. But luckily it was. They've mended me up quite well, so I'm very.
So, are you actually
lucky.
in plaster? You're not actually in plaster, no?
No, absolutely no plaster on my leg. No, all I've got is that little scar there from where they put the rod down.
Yeah.
A scar from the compound fracture. That I wasn't in. They sent me away from the plaster with away from the hospital with 3 plasters on, and that was it. Which is then where I started to be very optimistic and think, I'll be back in no time. I think I posted something that said I'll be back in 4 weeks. I think that was just a bit of just having a laugh, really, more than anything. I knew it would be longer than that.
So what was the original prognosis, and has that changed in the time you're supposed to be off for?
So the doctors at the hospital didn't really put a time on it. They sort of left that up to the physios, and when I got to the Injured Jockey Fund, when I got there, Dr. Jerry Hill and Ross, they said it's an injury like this is a 10 to 12 week healing process, and I'm currently at 4 weeks. And I'm being very ambitious. I'd love to be back within 8 to 9 weeks. So I'm aiming for another 4 or 5, but like everyone said, everyone's giving me the same advice. You've just got to listen to your body, that's the most important thing. Don't go rushing it, because you want it right for the future, which I completely understand, but equally I'm itching to get going. So I'll listen to my body, and if my body can take it, then I'll be back as soon as possible.
And when you say back, is that back work riding or riding in a race? Is that you've set yourself?
So I'm not too sure. I think that'll all depend on fitness. I'm not too sure as to how different it will feel. That I think I'll only be able to judge that myself when I get back on a horse. And see where my fitness is at. I mean, I'm having a PT session every single day at Peter O'Sullivan House. And they're hammering me. It's hard. The fitness is hard, but I enjoy that because I love my fitness. I don't mind being pushed and getting back to full fitness as quick as I can. But I feel if we keep going the way that I am, I'm going to be fitter than I've ever been in no time. So yeah, fingers crossed.
Well, it sounds like your football fitness is is helping you.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, that always helped me very early on in my career. I can't remember the last time I kicked the ball now, to be honest. It would have been a good while ago. But I like my running, and other sports that I play definitely all keep me tuned in. And obviously, nothing gets you fit like race riding. The more race rides you have, the fitter you get, without a doubt. So it'll come back. I've got no worry about that. No worries.
And the IJF at Newmarket, Peter O'Sullivan House, is a fantastic place to recover.
Unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, they've done an incredible job. So every single morning, so for example, this morning I went in. I'm in the hydrotherapy pool for 45 minutes, which is obviously a small pool. I posted it on my Instagram yesterday that they have an underwater treadmill there. There's underwater cameras that they can see you walking and make sure you're doing it properly, like fully flicking your toes out at the end, so you're not taking any shortcuts, and obviously that makes you a lot less. It makes you a lot lighter, so you're able to do more with your leg. And I'm doing lots of different exercises in there, building the ligaments up and everything. Then I'll go and spend 45 minutes with a physio, just doing stretches, getting the full range of movement. That's what we're focusing on mainly at the moment, trying to get the full range of movement in the leg. And then I'll go and do half an hour, 45 minutes in the gym with a PT. And then I saw the nutritionist as well, that makes sure I'm keeping on top of all my supplements, things like that. And then finally I had the I forgot the name of it, but it's a device that he's trying to activate my muscles, my quad muscles again, because they've fallen asleep and they've not woken up yet, sadly. But we'll get there with that. And so everything that they've done for me, and they've also sent me home with a game ready ice boot, which is absolutely fantastic, which is mine for a month. So it really is just incredible, the support that they give you. It's fantastic, and I can't thank them enough. You'd be looking at a lot longer injury than what it's going to be without them. So I'm very, very grateful. Yeah.
This is a matter of weeks after breaking your leg. Most people don't do that at the gym when they're fully fit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the doctors in the German hospital were very surprised. A lot of people that normally break the leg had like a bit of time off work and take it easy, but I was saying to the doctors, get me up, get me doing what I can. And yeah, that certainly helps. I feel as though getting on your feet straight away, it certainly helps. And yeah, the guys at the IGF are just unbelievable. They're at Peter O'Sullivan House. They're fantastic. They understand how quick you want to get back, but they also know the limitations of the body. So they strike that fine balance in helping you the best they can. And yeah, like I say, I'm very grateful, very, very grateful.
Well, you jockeys are a tough breed. How tough is it? Is it mentally tough for you? You sound in good spirits, but you must be missing riding.
Well, I went through agony at the weekend. It was the first. It was sort of like the open weekend in Germany. They had a fair few meets. They had Bremen on, Hoppegarten, and it was the first big meet in there, which they make a big event of, and then Hanover, which I'd done well at. And sadly, I was sat there watching the racing, and I probably missed out on about 20 rides and 4 winners for the stable that I'm stable jockey to. They had 4 winners between them over the weekend, so that just absolutely killed me, because I would have been on every single one of them. And look, it's hard. It really is hard. Like they're horses that I would have been riding had this not happened. And everyone was saying to me, like, my family was like, "Oh, don't worry, your time will come," and everything. It's all good and well saying that. I'm an athlete. I'm a jockey. I want to win, and it does hurt not being on them. However, I don't let it get me. It annoys me inside, but I don't let it get me down too much, because there's nothing I can do about it. It is what it is, and I will be back in no time. And then winners will be there for me. I will come back to winners. So it's not too bothering, but at the same time, I'd be lying if I said it completely didn't bother me at all. It does frustrate you, but it's one of those things. I'm not going to let it get me down. I'm not going to let it affect my mood. just gives me more determination to sort of get back, really.
Yeah, I heard you on Nick Luck on Sunday when you were saying it's never an ideal time to get injured, but it was better than happening in the middle of the season.
That's right. Yeah, definitely. I think the timing obviously isn't ideal, but it was probably the best way. Obviously the season's just getting going, just trainers come like slowly bringing the horses in, and hopefully by the time all cylinders are firing, I'll be back. I'll definitely be back for the Derby as well, the German Derby, which I'm praying, all being well, I'll have a ride in this year, which is absolutely incredible. Something that I never dreamed would happen. So yeah, fingers crossed. I'll be back for the big races in the season, and looking forward to getting plenty of winners. I am.
And your job at your trainers is all secure. You're as soon as you get back, you'll be able to ride for them again. Oh,
without a doubt, yeah. They're begging me to come back. The 2 yards, Blueheim, Nederostek and Eva Fabanova, they obviously they're just using what jockeys are available now. And I'm sure there's some people that are loving filling my shoes at the moment, and taking them rides, and fair play to them. That's the jobs, they've got to take them rides and take the opportunities. But as soon as I go back, yeah, I'll be making sure I'm back on all of them, that's for sure.
Well, that's very comforting to know. When is the German Derby? And have you actually got you said earlier there's a horse that you've possibly going to ride in the race?
Yeah, that's right. It's July the 4th. So obviously, without a doubt, the aim is to be back for that. And yeah, I rode the horse 3 times last year. It's by Highland Reel, so he's very nicely bred out of a Group 1 winning mare. It's nicely bred. I mean, it might be a long shot for it to sort of win the Derby, but look, anything could happen between now and then. Albeit the horse stays healthy and fit and everything. So fingers crossed. And even if that doesn't run, we've sort of been approached by someone else to see if I'd be available. So fingers crossed, no matter what happens, there might be something in the pipeline for that. So just fingers crossed. You've just got to pray for luck in this sport, and hopefully it all happens.
Well, that's something very much to look forward to, and that must be the target then, July the 4th, to be back riding.
Without a doubt, yeah, definitely. That is that. In fact, that's the first question that I asked. Will I be back for that? And they said, yeah, you definitely should be. So I'm happy with that. I mean, it's not the be all and end all, because, like I say, it's not a guarantee that I've got to ride in that race. There's no guarantees in this industry. So I just want to get back as soon as I can. Yeah, it'll be a nice goal to work towards, but just that first winner will probably feel like riding a Derby winner, to be fair, because I'll just be relieved when I finally am back in the saddle and ride that first winner. Yeah.
Well, good. And thanks for joining me. We're recording this on the 22nd of April, and you've agreed to do a few more podcast interviews, and hopefully it'll end with a ride in the German Derby on July the 4th.
Thank you very much for having me on again. I appreciate it. And yeah, fingers crossed, all being well, that's what'll happen. Fingers crossed.
Thank you for listening to The Paddock and the Pavilion. You can download the show on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, SoundCloud, Stitcher and Spotify.
Follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram at The Pad and Pav. Don't forget, if you like the show, please do leave us a rating and review.
Sports Social Podcast Network.
For Mervis Diamond Importers, I'm Ronnie Mervis. Nothing will flatter her more than Mervis Diamond ear studs. She'll wear them every day. It's the one essential she'll never take off. Mervis Diamond ear studs are classic. They're the ideal accessory. Our studs are brighter and flash more. That's my guarantee. It's the world-famous Mervis quality which creates that blaze of light. Mervis Diamonds are so brilliant, it's rude not to stare. Mervis proudly shows the most diamond ear studs. We offer all sizes and prices. Starting at just $500 for gorgeous half carats, our unrivaled collection includes studs from modest to truly grand. The amazing thing is the Mervis value, which makes our diamond ear studs so affordable. For the rest of time, you can trade up your Mervis diamond ear studs for larger, and we'll apply the full purchase price. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Just bring your studs back whenever you're in the mood and keep moving up. All you pay is the difference. Mervis Diamond Importers. For diamond ear studs she can't live without. Financing is available. For stores, go to mervisdiamond.com. Again, that's mervisdiamond.com or call 1-800-HER-LOVE.